Hello Toucan adults, today's video is for you. I'm going to talk you through breaking down a sentence for your toucans. So if we start off by thinking about the inspiration on today's blog, which was a picture of a bee. So if you were to start doing sentence writing based on that, then you would look at the picture with your toucan and you would say, oh, what's this a picture of? And they would say, well, I hope they would say, and I have faith that they would say, it's a bee. And you would say, yes, that's right, it's a bee. So our sentence will be, it is a bee. 4 words. It is a bee. Okay then, right, so we're going to start writing that sentence. Now, what do we need at the beginning of a sentence? That's right, we need a capital letter, and we've got our sentence ladder here to remind us. So always start a sentence with a capital letter. We use capital letters at the beginnings of sentences and for people's names and names of places. So capital letter. Okay, so our sentence is, it is a bee. What is the first sound in that first word? It is a bee. So what's that first word to start off with? It is a bee. So go through the sentence. Hopefully you'll be able to identify the first word. It, that's right. Well done. Okay, so it. First sound is I. Okay, great. They may still write it like this, not a capital letter. Doesn't matter. We can go back and correct it later. Okay, we've got the right sound. That's the important thing. So I. What's the next sound? That's right, it's T. It. It. Demonstrate it blended together. It. So it. What do we next need? Before we put in the next word, we need something important. There's that sentence ladder again. We need a finger space, because otherwise everything reads like one big load of gobbledygook and it's just very hard to read indeed. So we need a finger space, okay? Encourage them to use their other hand, but I can't do that because it's super awkward. So it, finger space. What's the next word now? It is a bee. It is. So it's. What's the first sound? It's. I. I. And the next one is s. It, finger space, it's, is. It is. Now we need another finger space. Pop your finger down, finger space. It is. Now we need a. A is just little a on its own, but we say a. So it is a. Now we need another finger space. It is a bee. B-E. Now, first sound in this one, we need the B, don't we? B. Now there's 2 sounds in this word, B-E. We're on to the second one, but the E sound is a digraph. That means there are 2 letters that make one sound. So see if they can remember that digraph. The E digraph is 2 S together, okay? B-E. Now, what do we need at the end of a sentence to show that we have finished that sentence? We've finished saying what we wanted to say. We need a full stop. Full stop. Now, let's look over our work again. Let's sound it out and read it through. So, it's, is, a, b-e, bee. It is a bee. Now, is there anything I need to correct about this work? Do I have my full stop? Yup. Okay. And you can use a sentence ladder if you've got one, or you could draw one out as a little tick list. Do I have my finger spaces? Yep, I've got my finger spaces. Do I have my capital letter? No. Okay, 1 line through it, nice and neat. Correct it. It is a bee. Now, if you haven't managed to put finger spaces in, this is the time to then say, okay, you did a great job, but let's write it out with the finger spaces in. And then write it out with the finger spaces in below. Okay? So that is a basic sentence. When your toucan is writing those independently, and they're really easy ones to practice in class. Often if we're doing one on the carpet or in phonics, I might just draw something like I'll say, oh, okay, let's do a quick sentence. If we're doing like a group session or something, a little booster maybe, I'll say, okay, right, let's have a look at my really great animal here. So what is this a picture of? And then they'll all have a little giggle because my art skills are fantastic. Okay, what's this then? And say, oh, it's a cat, because obviously it's the most fantastic cat ever drawn. And then you can do a sentence about the cat. So you could say, it is a cat, or I could make it really fat, and then I could say, we're going to say about this one, the cat is fat. And then you can practice tricky word, the. When they're doing sentences like this, independently, using their phonics, applying it, thinking about things like their finger spaces, their full stops, their capital letters, then it's time to extend it and start to include describing words. So you could say things like, it is a big bee. So maybe they do this sentence first, and then you say, great, that's a really good sentence. Now, how could we add in a describing word? Remember, describing words tell us more about what's in our sentence, so more about the interesting thing in our sentence. In this case, the bee. So how can we describe the bee? Is it big? Is it small? Is it fluffy? Is it cute? So let's write out the sentence again and include a describing word to make your writing even more interesting. And then you could write it out again. So it is a big bee. It is a cute bee. And again, it doesn't have to have the perfect spelling of, for instance, cute. It's using their phonetics, okay? And from there, they can practice using those describing words until they become second nature. Now, when the words that they want to use are a little bit more difficult, I know I've spoken to some of you and you've said, well, they come up with these lovely sentences, but they're really just a bit too complicated for them to write at this stage. They do this in class as well. It's absolutely normal and it's lovely, it's great. It means that they're using their language fantastically, but we don't want them to be trying to write those if they're not ready yet, because then it's too hard for them and it's just going to be just put them off writing, because nobody wants to write something that's too hard for them. So the best way to approach that would be to say something like, that's a really good sentence, I love that you came up with that. Maybe we'll work on that a little bit later, but let's start off with a little bit simpler version of that, and then we can work up to that and then simplify the sentence for them. So if there was a picture of a butterfly and they said, oh wow, my sentence is, I really like the butterfly because it's pretty and beautiful and cute and I like it. You could say, that's a great sentence. How about we say, it is a butterfly. And then if you do that really well, we could say, it is a nice butterfly, or it is a pretty butterfly in the next sentence. So you're extending their writing through that. And butterfly, a long word, b, a, t, t, It's got the digraph. We brought that one up. This is all phonetic so far. So b, a, t, t. You can just explain that it's got two t's there. B, a, t, butter. And that's how we spell butter as well. So that's another word we know how to spell now. So butter. Now fly. This is where it gets tricky. We've got the f, but then the rest of it doesn't make sense in a way that we've learned yet. Okay? So if they then go on and spell it I, that's absolutely fine. Okay? But you can tell them fly is just one of those ones you have to learn at this stage. And that's also how we spell the word fly, like buzz buzz fly. So that would be how you would approach that. I hope this has been helpful. I know that sentence writing is tricky and that children do struggle with it. It's basically our main aim for the whole of reception is working on sentence writing. So do not worry if you are struggling with it at home. I am here to help, and if you have any questions, then please do store them up for the Friday phone calls, or comment on the blog with them, or via Twitter. Okay, bye!